Hello guys. It feels like we haven't seen each other in so long. I know y'all been missing my ignorantness, okay? Okay, so I'm here to talk about the drama that has been going on with the Queen's Court, okay? If you guys don't know what the Queen's Court is, it was a YouTube show with T.S. Madison and rapper, now comedian, Khia. And they would get together and kind of do what I used to do with my friends. We would just sit and talk about like current events that were going on and then just kind of give you this very unfiltered situation. Okay, as of about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, the show pretty much abruptly stopped. It was an interview that was supposed to be with the comedian and Academy Award winning actress, Miss Monique. And yeah, that really didn't turn out too well. And Khia left the show while the show was live. Did you live, whore? And then, yeah, now we're hearing that the show is pretty much done. T.S. Madison and Khia are now, I don't want to say beefing because I feel like that's a very incorrect thing to say, because I think it's only like it's kind of one-sided at this point. But I'm just gonna kind of give you my feelings on it and how everything, okay, fine, has transpired and kind of came about. So, I know what you guys are probably thinking I'm about to do in this is just drag Khia, and that's kind of not what's about to happen. And I love Madison, and I'm not gonna drag her either. I want to look at this from a different standpoint. And the standpoint is, this is one of the reasons why I don't like to do business with friends and family, because usually this is how it happens, you know? So pretty much from my understanding, just to give you guys a backstory of what happened. The Queen's Court was an internet show that they would literally just sit at a kitchen table and have a conversation. Then it became pretty much where they turned around and it was like robes, and it felt more like a courtroom, and it was a set. Okay, so I wasn't a big fan of the set, I'm gonna be honest, because the more up close and raw personality, that type, I fuck with that. That's what I subscribe to. I got lights right now, but I'm literally in my closet, okay? Literally in my closet. It needs to be clean. But they did that, and they kind of changed the formula, and I understood why. Is because, again, when you have like TV execs and stuff like that that may be watching, I didn't know any of this prior to the other day that they had like this whole deal situation that was going on. And when you do have that, what happens is you then have people who are watching your every single move. And the thing about the internet that's so great is that when you're able to actually sit here and I can cuss, I can say whatever the hell I want to, and no one can tell me no unless I get a little too crazy with it. But overall, I should be okay. The thing about TV is when you do get on TV, there's a censorship. There is so many cuss words that you can say. There's only so many times you can say bitch in a reality show. There's only so many times that you can say until it has to be bleeped out. So for me, I feel like watching the Queen's Court and everything that has happened and transpired between the two of them, I don't want to say this, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I seen it coming. I didn't want to say it. I love the show, and I love the formula, and I love Maddie, and I love Khia together. And Khia has blocked me on Twitter years ago because I call her Lil Wayne's stunt double, because the bitch was talking crazy to me. But I've learned to like her again through the Queen's Court. Now I feel like the things that I once felt for her are kind of the same, but Madison is actually, she's not the most innocent in this either, because, and I'll give you guys kind of my reasons as to why. You guys know that I've had stuff with my friends, I've had stuff with people from YouTube, just stuff. Like years ago I did some stuff with somebody from YouTube and they used me, and that's why I don't fuck with nobody no more. But the thing was, Khia has always been Khia. Okay, I've never known her to be anything outside of Khia. That's what made the show great. Khia doesn't work very well, and I can kind of vouch for this because I'm kind of the same. When somebody wants to take something that I've done and take that off, not so much of this, sign your name right there, and that's it. Khia's always been an independent artist, and that's why she's, you know, always going off. I did my own shit, bitch. I sit on my red couch, bitch, and I do what I do. And I understand that. And I can see where she's coming from, because the thing is, and I think overall what people are not seeing is that they both built this together. Okay, regardless of who your favorite was, whether it was one or the other, they still were the encompassment of, you know, the Queen's Court. Now, Madison said that she got money for this, she got money for this, she got money for that, she got money for that, and Khia put endo money. Now, on her end, I get it too, because I've had things where people literally have told me I needed this, and this, and I went and brought these things, and none of them worked, and I didn't get my money back from that. You know what I'm saying? So, the thing we all know, when you don't put your fucking money into nothing, and you ain't reached in your pocket, you don't care. Like, oh, okay, that's stupid for you, bitch, but I didn't spend my shit. But when it's someone else's money and then you kind of give them that whole, you dumb, it makes it seem like you're very unappreciative. So I understand why Madison was so irritated by everything that happened. I also feel like because the deal was supposed to be Nicki Minaj presents the Queen's Court, Khia, in my opinion, just based on what I know from her, she said, why this bitch gotta be on it? She ain't did shit. She ain't brought nothing to the table. Well, who is she? Why they gotta be her? She ain't present shit. Why can't it just be us? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's where Khia's attitude came from. And rightfully so, because the whole queen and you know, all of that stuff happened because of Khia. You get what I'm saying? Madison had the platform that Khia came upon, in addition to all the other things Madison was doing, but her and Khia together became the Queen's Court. So it's like, why do we need Nicki to do this? But you do, and here's why. Today, Khia's name is known on the same level as like Azalea Banks drama, okay? She's talking about all these things that she's done. And again, I don't want to take anything away from Khia. I don't, because I do think that she's talented. I do think that she's a great composer. I do think that she's a pretty good songwriter. The bitch can write a hit about anything. A lot of bitches can't do that. But I also feel like on the other side, Khia is a person who's not willing. She wants the $1 million her way. And the thing about it is, when you don't have $1 million and somebody else is willing to give it to you, there's leaps, hurdles, and bounds that you have to go to in order to get that money. Now, to her respect, I get it. Because what you don't want to do is literally sign over the Queen's Court to the production company and then sign it over to VH1. Let's just say it was going to be for VH1. Well, the problem with that is that I don't know if you guys know this, but there are people who have created shows that got kicked off their own shows, okay? There are people who created shows that you gotta go now because the show no longer belongs to them. You get what I'm saying? I was just watching an interview with Rodney Chester and Daryl Stevens from Noah's Ark, and they were like, well, why don't you guys just do the show again now? And he was like, well, when Patrick got the show on Logo, he sold the rights to Logo, so he can't do anything without Logo's approval. So if they wanted to sit on the show for the rest of its lifespan, it just will. We don't have no control over that. He got his cut of that money, and that was it. So from a business standpoint, I get Khia, I get it. But from another business standpoint, I don't feel like the claims that she made that Madison stole the Queen's Court from her or put her name on something that didn't belong to her was just, and it wasn't okay. And here's why I feel this way. Because as a person who is working with you, I still have a stake in this because I'm sitting on that bench with you. Okay? Now, it's a name, okay? And she filed for a copyright because apparently somebody was saying that they wanted to go ahead and they were going to snatch it from them and then take the formula and then run with it. I done seen about 4 bitches in robes at this fucking point. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. When something is hot, no matter how stupid, dumb you think it is in a moment, when things become hot, they become lucrative. And everybody on this motherfucking platform is looking for their next check. So, with that being the situation, it was smart that Madison went and got the copyright, and the rights to the Queen's Court and got the queenscourt.com. And she was trying to make sure that they were good, even though Khia was not willing to reach in her motherfucking pocket and park her Medicaid van to make sure that things made sense, if that makes sense. Just made sure that everything had a rhyme and a reason for it. I feel like Khia just simply was like, this is not, I don't care about this. If I don't get it my way, I don't want to do it. And then to a certain degree, I used to be that way. Because again, there's nothing worse than working so hard for something and then you have somebody who's gonna come in, rearrange, change the formula that you want, but at the same time, you can have a balance in the middle. You know what I'm saying? There were things that y'all could have done and worked out. First season, okay, the Nicki Minaj presents the Queen Court. Second season, we don't want Nicki on a moniker anymore, okay? We got enough followers, we got enough shit. She got her money for whatever the deal was, and she don't need to be on this no more. Can it just simply be T.S. Madison and Khia presents the Queen's Court? Because at that point, they would have had a name. See, the thing is, when you first get a show, most production companies, most networks don't know what you will bring. Have you ever noticed, and this is no shade, you ever notice a lot of celebrities or a lot of internet personalities will get a show and the show will get canceled first season? And you like, well, this person got 1 million X, Y, and Z, because everything doesn't translate to TV as it does on the internet. Internet is easier because we have free reign to do what we want to do. When you're on TV, there are guidelines, there's the FCC, there's a lot of people that you have to abide by in order to make this. And quite frankly, Khia would not fit that formula. She just wouldn't. She's too uncut and she's too raw for regular TV. And if that was going to be the situation and she couldn't say what she wanted to say, then it's no longer the Queen's Court. It's VH1's court. It's MTV's court. It's BT's court now. Because what originally made us love the Queen's Court was the fact that they were able to just simply be who the fuck they were and say what was on their mind. Whether you was offended, I was offended, or they was offended, she said it. And I think that right there is something that would work across the pond, because they be naked and cussing and they don't care. Here, there's a really big thing about cuss words and sexual innuendos and, you know, hate speech of any sort. And hate speech can fall under her calling somebody a gazoo. Hate speech can fall under, you know, her calling somebody a bulldagger. Even though some people don't feel it's a personal attack, some people will. So I understand why she felt like the changes that were coming didn't make any sense. The thing about all of this that happens, quite frankly, is that Khia was not the person that Madison should have done this with from the jump. This is not her arena. Because let me be honest with y'all. Khia enjoys being Thug Mrs. Khia enjoys the people who like her for her. Khia enjoys being my neck and my back. Khia enjoys the Medicaid van. Khia enjoys the red couch. So for her, doing this on YouTube and getting AdSense money is completely fine with her. So then you have Madison. Madison wants more. She lives in the chateau. She has her own plethora of businesses. She's doing this, she's doing this, she's looking for her next cash cow to cement her shit for the next 10 years. So if one person is drinking champagne and eating caviar and the other person is eating pickles and drinking a 40, y'all not dining at the same restaurant. And Khia just didn't start liking 40s yesterday. Khia's been like this since my neck and my back. So Madison, I love you, but wrong bitch. Wrong bitch for this. It's great for YouTube. It's not great for TV. It's not great because they're not going to be able to allow you guys, or would have allowed you guys, to simply be yourself. There's no possible way that you would have been able to call Lil Wayne's daughter talentless, because see, what happens with that is I have a show on VH1, okay, and I'm talking shit about this person, that person. So I got Nicki Minaj, I'm talking about Lil Wayne, Toya. Oh, when all these people come to VH1 now, none of them want to work with you anymore. None of them want to come to any of your shows anymore. Why? Because you have a show that is talked about. And again, some people can take it and run with it and be okay with it. Other people, not so much. And Khia is one of those people who sometimes hit below the belt. So with that being the situation, that would have been a problem. So it's a problematic issue because that's why she didn't like, I'm sure, the terms and conditions that were in the contract, because the contract pretty much told her, bitch, your ass can't do all that. You better sit your troll mouth ass down, be nice, give us a little bit of Simon Cowell, and that's it. But again, like I said, that's not the Queen's Court anymore. That's not how we met the show. That's not how the show was created in that formula. The show was created with two friends sitting at the table talking about current events. That's what it was. So at this particular point, I see that as of today, Khia pretty much told Madison, bitch, you talk too much. You should shut the fuck up. The Queen's Court is over. I'm doing the gag order. You do what you gotta do. Didn't nobody tell you to tell all that motherfucking business about what we was doing, bitch. You talk too much, and it is what it is. So with that being the situation, to me personally, I feel like this was doomed from the start, and it was great for what it was, but it was not going to be able to flourish outside of YouTube. And unfortunately, that's the reality of it, okay? I love both of them. I think Madison is great. I love Khia for what she gives, but at the same time, some people are okay with being okay. Or it's either I'm going to get it my way, or we ain't going to do it at all. So figure it out. That's the attitude that Khia has with it, because there is no bending and break. She's very stubborn, and she's okay with being okay. Madison's not okay with shit out of focus. She's not okay with bad lighting. She's not okay with that, because she wants it to feel at the best she can make it, and I don't blame her for that, because I'm the same way. That's why my Child's Play short didn't come out last year, because I didn't like the way that everything was coming together. I want to go back and fix everything to make it as right as possible. So my take on it is they should have kept it where it was. The formula should not have changed. I like the original formula. Most people did. Yeah, I'm gonna finish rambling, but yeah. I wish them the best. I'm gonna miss the Queen's Court. Madison, you ain't gotta worry about nothing. And Khia, girl, we're gonna get you some new tires for that Medicaid van and some new decals, because I heard it is I just found out today that that's her actual like means of transportation. I thought like she had another car and it was a van. They was like, nah, bitch, the van is her car. I was like, she goes to the doctor with motor mouth Khia Shimon on the side. Oh, girl, how do you pull up to Burger King and that motherfucker asking for a motherfucking 2-piece? How did that work? Like, Khia, is that you? Hey! But, you know, it happens. This is the business. This is life. This is how things go. So, I hope you guys did enjoy this. Look out for my other video that's coming about everything that's going on in social media right now. And I will catch you in my next one. Peace.